Welcome to Bislish. Today we are doing chicken Inasal, barbecue chicken from Cebu. First thing we're going to start with is something called Atsuete oil, which is principle for a marinade. Got a lot of good things in here. First we're going to start off by cutting up our lemongrass. You just want the white part only. Now we don't have to go full chop. We're just going to slice these up because everything is going to go ahead and soak in the oil. So we're trying to flavor the oil and we're trying to color the oil as well. So here I just got the white part of the lemongrass. Now I'm going to go ahead and smack and slice up the ginger here. Doesn't really need to be peeled. Got about a cup of light oil. I also have annato seed and garlic. First I'm going to put it under medium heat and we're going to put everything into the pot. Start with your oil, then your aromatics. It's a good idea to use two hands for this, but I gotta hold my phone with one hand, just, you know, internet. There you go. That's how I figured this stuff out. Go ahead, dump it all in there. Once it gets up to a boil like this, you want to go ahead and move it to a lower flame, which is what we got back here. When we finally got it like this and everything looks a little sticky and red, we're done. This is how you prep your chicken for this. You're going to go ahead and run a small knife along the bone on the back of some chicken leg quarters. The whole idea is to butterfly and open it up so that the chicken is able to absorb a lot of the marinade that we're going to prepare in a little bit. So that's what I'm doing right here with my big old arm in the way. You're going to open it up so it can lay a little bit more flatter, and then you score the skin side. Nice horizontal scores on each side there. This is also, you don't want to go all the way down to the bone. After you do all that, make sure you season both sides of the chicken legs with salt. Now we're going to make our marinade. As you see here, it's very basic Philippine ingredients. We've got jalapeno for a little bit of kick. Now we don't need to chop it all to hell again. We just need to slice it so that we can throw it in a blender. Here's our onion. You know, just boom, you're done chopping. Again, the white part of lemongrass here. This one's a little tough for me. And then I got some young ginger I'm slicing up as well. I need about half a cup of lime juice. So I got little key limes. If you have calamansi, please use that instead. Then I'm going to top it off with some of this cane vinegar. Bring it all up. There we go. Now we're at 3/4 of a cup. And then, what do you think we're going to add? Anyone? Anyone? Oh yeah, soy sauce. We also need brown sugar. So we're going to add that first. That's a 1 cup packed brown sugar. Then we're adding 1 tablespoon of black pepper. I got 1 bullion cube, chicken. And then you start adding your veggies in. All that garlic, all that onion, that jalapeno, and of course the lemongrass. There we go with the liquids. A good way to blend this is you want to blend it until it's nice and smooth and no longer chunky. You should get a nice little pop when things get right where you want them to go. Look at that, looks like peanut butter. Chicken's pretty easy. You just want to dump that marinade right on top of that sucker. Move it around, make sure you get both sides. Then we're going to cover it and we're going to throw it in the fridge overnight. marinade means overnight, pretty much. There you go. A little plastic wrap never killed nobody. The next day, you're going to want to make sure that you wipe off the excess marinade. It's fine if there's a little bit in there, but boy, this stuff is really chunky. Once we got it on there, we're going to put our cooled and filtered Atsuete oil on the top side. Notice I got a pan here with a bunch of, that way we could catch the oil as it comes off. I'm going to brush both sides. So there's side one, look how beautiful orangey color that is. Flip it over, do the other side. You notice I have a lot of Atsuete oil. We're going to go ahead and use that for the grilling later. Make sure you give a pretty good amount on all sides, because this is what gives it a lot more flavor. And also the oil keeps it from drying out. You don't have a barbecue? Well, too bad. I got this sucker for $5. Real simple. I could fit all 6 legs right on this thing. Got it at Publix. Yep. I guess if you want to be traditional, you could go ahead and use like anything. Wheelbarrow, leftover hubcap. I've even seen people use a rain gutter. It's not that hard to go ahead and get all these on there. And then you're going to want to go ahead and keep brushing it with the Atsuete oil every time you flip it over. Took me about an hour and 20 minutes because it's a little fire. You don't need to kill it with the heat. Just something nice, you know, so it gets that flavor and cooks nice and slow. The bone starts to separate a little bit from the meat. And that's how you serve it. See, I got a little grill on there. Grilled up some asparagus, and I got some rice. Not too hard. Barbecue is delicious. Thank you for joining me today. Leave your comments, ask some questions.